Hello, is it me you're looking for? I can see it. Okay, I'm a loser. Alright, hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, please make sure you subscribe. In today's video, I'm going to be setting up my kit and going through it a little bit in more detail so you can know what I have in my kit that makes me as a makeup artist work better. Please welcome my assistant, boy. Okay, he left. Okay, so not getting a Christmas bonus, but that's okay. Alright, so I have my kit over here. First off, I typically, when I am doing a makeup gig, this is my freelance kit for mostly glam and bridal, like I mentioned in my previous video. If you want to see my actual kit and how I organize it, link will be in the description box down below for you to check out. And like I mentioned in that video, this is not my set kit that I would bring with me if I'm doing like a movie or anything like that. This really is more so like glam or bridal, like that kind of thing. So typically I'm working pretty much off of someone's island or a kitchen table, so I will always lay down a towel. And I mentioned this in my last video, you'll become very good friends with white towels, okay? So you always have to lay down a white towel. Now the way I'm going to be setting this up, I might kind of get confused, but typically I set it up for me working this way, but I'm going to try and set it up as you guys are the makeup artists living this way. So if I mess up, I'm really sorry. It's going to be confusing for me, but I'm going to try. So when I've laid down my towel, I will always take either a Kleenex or a piece of tissue or a paper towel, and I will lay it down right in the center. This is where this is like your little disposable workstation, so I'll put some garbage here. This is just kind of where I'll put my palette or my spatula. Anything that I don't really want to get dirty on my towel, that's what I'm going to put on here. You do want to try and make sure that your towel stays as white as possible, because it's nothing worse when you go somewhere. It's kind of inevitable, but if your towel gets dirty, you want to protect it with some sort of something. Okay. The first thing that I do dig out of my kit is always my brush belt, because this is the last thing that I put back in my kit, because I clean my brushes on the job. After I've finished my work, I will take about 10 minutes and clean my brushes, so this is always the last thing that goes back in. I want to go into detail about this brush belt just a little bit more because I've gotten so many questions on it. So this is my tool belt, essentially. You gotta keep it clean, you gotta keep it sanitized, and you gotta keep your brushes looking pristine. You do not have to have the highest quality of brushes. You do not have to have some like Kevin Aquan, like fancy dancy brushes. You work with what you have and what you can afford at that time. In here I have some high-end brushes, but I have a lot of NYX brushes as well. I have a lot of NYX brushes because I was their trainer for so long, and I just accumulated them. So, and because I use them so often, I love them. What are they, like $15 a brush? Like, you just can't beat that. So in here, I carry with me 7 foundation brushes. Typically, bridal parties are, you know, 4 and then plus mother of the bride. So that's kind of why I bring 7 with me, so I can do 7 people without washing a single brush. I also have powder brushes here. Then down here I have blush and then blush and contour as well. I like to keep my brush belt very organized. I like to keep all of my concealer and highlighting brushes together, my blending brushes, my flat shader, my detail and lip brushes, and then my eyeliner brushes up here. And then I keep my, what are they called, spatulas up here as well, because that's kind of my like little tool area. I keep some hygiene in this brush belt as well. I keep mascara wands. You never want to use a mascara directly on someone's eye unless it's their own, so I go through a ton of these. I also have Q-tips, I have powder puffs. In here I carry my tweezers. I also always have a pen with me as well. I didn't mention this in my other video, but I always have business cards with me as well. I keep those in my purse, not in my makeup kit. I always have my purse with me, so I just will toss them out if I feel the need I need to. I also keep my eyelash curler, some of these little Velcro bits, and I get these from Pinky Paradise whenever I get contacts, these will just stick in the hair. It's like Velcro, so you can hold people's hair back if it's styled already, so you don't kink their hair, and these come out really easily. So I love these, and everyone's just amazed with them as well. I keep my lash glue, a pair of scissors. I only have one right now because I don't know why, but I also keep some hair clips in here if I need to actually pin someone's hair back. I keep mints, my lip balm. I love this Chanel one. It's like the best lip balm ever. I also keep my sharpener in here. A pack of gum typically I keep in here as well. So that's my brush belt. I love my brush belt, period. It's like my favorite thing. So typically where I will put this, I will actually lean this up against a wall. So I might just discard this for now, but I will typically put this like up against a wall, or maybe like laying flat down on the table. But I'll get to that once I've kind of set everything out and gotten to it, okay? I do already have these two out because I was holding up the brush belt, but all of my lip liners and eyeliners are in here. I really enjoy these Makeup Forever artist pencils. They just sent me the whole whack of them, and I've just been really enjoying these because you can use a lot of them for different areas of the face, and I really enjoy that. And then I also have like some of my favorites, like some Urban Decay in here as well, and then I have like some liquid liners in there as well. Now I keep this half of this Suva Beauty thing because I will wet my beauty blenders, and I will actually utilize this to host my dirty brushes. So I'll typically have this right up at the front here, and I'll put my dirty brushes in there instead of laying them down. So sometimes I'll just put these right in front there, and then I'll wet my beauty blenders, and they'll go, honestly, sometimes just like right in front of here, right there. But I am just going to take these away just so you guys can see what I am going to be setting up, just because these are pretty bulky. First thing I always dig out is my palettes. I just really like setting up my palettes first. It's very calming, and I just feel like once you have your palettes out, everything just looks very artistic, and it just gets the flow flowing. So I'll choose one of the sides. Today I'll go with this side. I'll typically put my lip palette furthest away from me just because that's the thing I go for last, and you want to keep things that you're going to utilize the most in the forefront. So I'll grab my MAC palette, put that right at the front here, and I'll usually keep my matte shades right to the front. Then I will also open up my blush palette, and this little flap I will actually just put right underneath there. So now I have this nice long line of all of these MAC palettes, and like, doesn't that just like satisfy you? I mean, come on. Yes. And I will mention, yes, I do bring a second towel with me, but there's not really enough room on this, and you kind of got the gist of it, so I don't need to set up another towel. Boy, excuse me, this is very unhygienic. I love you to death, but oh my god, okay, you're so cute, you can stay. I'll just sanitize everything. Next, my Inglot palettes, I'll kind of do the exact same thing. Eyeshadow I'll put right at the front here, then blush, and then I'll put my bronzer right at the back here. This is giving me anxiety. I hope this does not fall off. So now I have all of my powder products right on the side here. Next up is my hygiene bag, which things are falling out. And I'll go into more detail with this now because I have it out for you guys to see. I bring a hydrating primer. I also bring this Makeup Forever Skin Booster, the Makeup Forever Sensize. This is amazing for if you get a little fleck of mascara or just something you need to remove. This is amazing. Put this on a little Q-tip, awesome. Some Smashbox primer water, some Bioderma, but I actually mix the Clinique makeup remover in with the Bioderma and give that a nice little shake just because I love that mixture in here, and then I keep it in this tiny little bottle in my kit. For cleanser, I just bring this tiny little Clarisana cleanser with me. It's not very often that you need someone to wash their face, so it's you need to have it, but it's not something you're going to use very often. This Embryo Lease product, amazing, love that. I also bring a lip scrub with me. You guys, you have to bring a lip scrub with you. They're like, just trust me, you need a lip scrub. Pore filling primer. I also bring this Smashbox oil because I just cannot live without that. An SPF, and then my skincare here is a Chanel moisturizer and then a Chanel eye gel. And then I just keep in here just some random lip wands, some disposable ones. So that's everything that I have in here, and I do not set this up. I leave this in here. I remember when I was in makeup school, we would have to set everything up individually. Such a waste of time, and I like how it's all in here. I can just zip it back up and throw it back in my bag, okay? So I typically put this right at the front here. This is the first thing I'm going to be working with when I'm working on someone's skin, so I like it to be up at the front. Next is my powders. I kind of went pretty in depth with this in my other video, but like I said, powder foundations, some loose powders, and then some other powders, including an HD powder that I have in here, a big old bronzer, and I'll actually show this bronzer now so you can get an idea. This is by the Estee Edit, and I just always love this bronzer. It's just a perfect color. It's amazing. So I keep that in there, and that's my powders, and I like to keep that right snug right with that because these are kind of the same level, so I'm not, you know, it's not in the way. Next up, I have my foundations, and again, I went pretty in depth with this. I'm currently using the CoverFX Power Play foundation. This just gives a really beautiful look to the skin, and if I need some more full coverage, I have a really full coverage concealer here with the Urban Decay All Nighter Concealer, which I do mix with the MAC Studio, no, what is this? Pro Longwear Concealer. I have a few shades that I bring. This is super full coverage, and it's a little bit thinner than the Urban Decay. The Urban Decay can kind of get a little heavy, but again, I mix all of my products together so I can get the consistency that I want, and these products do work really good together. Then I also have the Kryolan Dermaflage thing. So I keep this right at the back here, right there, so it's like stairs. My Shade and Light palette, I will also just kind of throw anywhere. Typically, I'll put it on top of my like MAC palette here, or else I'll put it under. That's just where it sometimes goes and hangs out. I will always bring out my alcohol and then my setting spray, and it'll go on my little dish area here. And then I will also bring out this Smashbox container. I won't bring out my brush cleaner. My brain's like not on, but I will bring out this guy because I do something specific with this, and sometimes I leave this like this while it's in my kit. So my eye products right here. In here I have a ton of different products, but more than 9 times out of 10 I use my brow pencil on folks. So I will dig out my brow pencils, and sometimes I'll only dig out the specific color that my client needs if it's just one person, but I will throw that in there. I will also throw my gel liner in there. I'll throw my mascara. I will throw my brow gel in there. Sometimes I need a cake liner. I'll throw it in there as well. And then this stuff is pretty much just alternative products to what I have in here. So this gets zipped up and thrown back into my bag, unless I'm needing something specific from there. So then this guy goes right up here, and I have all my little beauty blenders, and then that's kind of my like little workstation. Except I don't want the Smashbox there. Hashtag not spons. I will do the exact same thing with my glitters. I'll put them in here. So if someone's wanting a beautiful brown smoky eye and they're wanting a gold glitter, well then I'll dig out my gold glitter and throw it in there. I'll also take out my eyeshadow primer and keep it in there as well. And don't get me wrong, this stuff usually stays in here, and then I'll just put that in my kit so that I'm not constantly digging into these bags. But I have it if I need it. Lastly, my lip products. I will throw my lip products somewhere around here, and then my container of lip liners, and then that container that I'm going to put my dirty brushes in, I'll just throw it in here somewhere as well, sneak it in here, so then I have my whole setup perfect here. Now for my lashes, if I'm going to be using a ton of lashes, I might set them up like on one of the sides, but sometimes I'll even just put the pack right at the front here, because then I know those are the lashes that I'm going to be using. And now I can take my brush belt, and my brush belt can actually sneak right in here. This isn't like the best, but typically I will try and lean it up against something, so that's my kit and that's my setup. Maybe I'll just try and like lay it down right in here. That kind of looks funny. And sometimes I'll even put my lip products behind my brush belt. It really depends on how I feel for the day, what I'm really feeling for the day. So that's my kit, you guys. That's pretty much my setup and what I do and what I use. So yeah, when my brushes are dirty, I'll throw them in here and then I'll wash those at the end of my appointment. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I went in depth enough for you guys. Keep in mind, this is my beauty like glam kit, so this is what I'm going to be using if I'm doing a bridal party or just like a glam appointment for someone. This is not my kit that I use if I'm going like to set some things, but like this is not my like union like IACSI kit. So yeah, I think I covered everything. Did I answer all my questions? I think I did. Bottom line is, you guys, like I mentioned, you don't have to have all these products. Just as long as you have something like these, for me, this is all extra. Like I don't have to have that on top of this MAC stuff, but I just do because I know what I use. And like I said, I use what I know. Oh my God. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any other questions that I forgot to answer, please leave them in the comments down below and I'll answer them for you guys. But I think that's pretty much it. As far as brushes, I have a lot of Crown brushes, Sigma, Inglot. I have a ton of Sephora brushes, my NYX brushes. I have a lot of Morphe brushes, some more Sephora brushes. I have pretty much everything. I really don't discriminate when it comes to brushes. I use what I love. I also have some blotting papers in here as well. You guys, I think that's pretty much it. You just have to be prepared as a makeup artist, and I feel like I am very prepared. And like I mentioned in my other video, this little first aid kit with all of these extra little bits and bobs, band-aids, Advil, Tide to Go, hand sanitizer, tampons, pads, razors, this is very important to bring along with you. In here I also have nipple covers, some of those bra strap clasps that go in the back, things that like someone just might need and they'll like praise you for having. That's just what you've got to bring with you, okay? I also got to put my mirror out. Typically I'll just put my mirror in this guy as well, so then if someone is wanting to look at themselves, they can. And yeah, you guys, that's it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was requested for so long and so many people wanted to see it for so long, but I was held up because I was like, well, do I do this kit? Do I do a different kit? Do I do my set bag? Do I do whatever? But this is it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Okay? Okay. All right. Hello? Is it me you're looking for? I can see it. Okay, I'm a loser. Hello?